Well, a couple of nights ago, the show was critical of President Trump's public immigration summit with congressional leaders, where the president indicated he was willing to step back from DACA negotiations personally and sign whatever deal that lawmakers agreed on. Senator Lindsey Graham was pleased with it, though. Watch.
I think the president did a fabulous job of talking about this problem. He did it in a smart way, in a compassionate way. And, his job is not to sell books. His job is not to carry a TV show. His job is to solve problems, and he's got to work with Democrats. And I was proud of my president yesterday.
Selling books. As if we could ever rival Senator Lindsey Graham for cynicism. We never could. And for the record, we never say anything on this program we don't sincerely believe. Can Lindsey Graham say the same? Chris Kobach is Secretary of State for Kansas, and he joins us tonight. Mr. Kobach, thanks for coming on.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So I'm concerned because what we thought was never going to happen again appears to be happening, and that's the leadership of the Republican Party basically ignoring what its own voters want in favor of a deal that, again, fails to seal the border and give us actual security and the right to choose who comes here. Am I imagining that?
No, you're not imagining it. And the worst, the most troubling thing about that meeting on Tuesday that I saw was you had multiple Republicans repeating the mantra, we've got to do DACA, we've got to do DACA, we've got to give an amnesty for these people. Look, Tucker, you know that, and you've pointed this out. The DACA amnesty is bad for Americans. It's granting an amnesty to nearly 1 million people in their 20s and 30s, their average age is 24, who are going to compete against young Americans who have a 9% unemployment rate in that age group. And for the young Americans who don't have a college degree, it's a whopping 34% underemployment rate. So we're legalizing foreign nationals who have broken our laws to compete against Americans who can't get a job. So that's bad policy. In addition, it's going to cause another surge in illegal immigration. So the idea that we have to do this is ludicrous. And we should only even consider doing this unless if there are many, many law enforcement advantages that are given to it, like ending chain migration. I think we have to have mandatory E-Verify. And if we don't get everything we want to secure our borders, including the wall, then we walk away from the deal. We don't need to do DACA.
And not only do it, but put it right to the very top of the list of priorities of the U.S. Congress. Before everything, before the opioid crisis that's literally shortening the life expectancy of middle America, we need to do this. I feel sorry for some of the DACA recipients, for sure. I'm not attacking them. But it's not clear why, if you have any questions about it, you should take a moral lecture from a Republican senator who suggests that you're the cynical, heartless one when you raise questions about the effect on American citizens. How do we get to a place where Republican senators are lecturing us about how they're far better people than we are because they're for amnesty? How'd that happen exactly?
It's a great question. I mean, furthermore, as I'm sure you know, Tucker, Lindsey Graham and this group of 6 senators that came up with an even more generous mega amnesty, much bigger than DACA, that they have now announced that they favor. The point is, he seems to be giving away the store. He doesn't seem to care that much about all the damage that an amnesty does to hardworking Americans. And so you're absolutely right. And one other thing, the false urgency about all this is ludicrous too. You know, there's the March 5th deadline that President Trump set, but all that happens on March 5th is that some of the DACA work permits start to expire. Day after day, some more expire. There's nobody showing up at their home with armed ICE agents with a vehicle to escort them out of the country that day. So the notion that we have to rush to grant a bad amnesty is simply false.
Yeah, it is false. I'm amazed that Senator Graham has taken time out from advocating for war with Iran to take this position, but he has. And I was grateful to have you put it in context. Mr. Secretary, thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
A Vermont newspaper editor just lost his job for raising questions about gender politics. That editor joins us next.